Coming to Mr. Kher, is this just about expanding box office or is it about uniting the Indian audience?
So I think Ingrid Bergman, the famous Swedish actress, said it in a very, very amazing way about cinemas. She said, any cinema, any story which is from the heart will touch the audience, not the craft. Craft never touches the audience because there is some kind of a truth. That's why the audience will always rule over anything. There's a great example of when that film made, what was the film, the ship film? Titanic. Yeah. Alzheimer's is setting in. Titanic was made, so he made a film, a love story against a disaster. So American producers thought, let's make a love story against a bigger disaster. So they made Pearl Harbor, but which was a disaster in itself. So, like I always say that either the camera loves you or it doesn't love you. So all four of us over here who are sitting here, things have sometimes worked out, things have sometimes worked out. But we always know when we were fake and when we were truthful. That you cannot take away from the rest is, of course, there is craft, there is music, larger than life music in cinema. But the truth is, it connects. I completely don't agree with Khushbu that she says that it is the larger than life things. No, there are so many films. Vimal Roy's films, Satyajit Ray's films, Rishikesh Mukherjee's films, Basu Chatterjee's films. These films connected with people because of the truth in them. Because a certain kind of people used to go and watch the film because it was making sense. It was amazing. What is happening now in this part of the world about cinema, but that we are trying to be cool. That is frightening. That coolness is an attitude. An attitude will never work. What will work is a certain amount of storytelling. At the end of it, same story. My grandmother used to tell the same story every night. She used to just change the names. But I used to listen to it because there was a certain amount of truth in it. Karti's film, I can never pronounce the name of the film. I was unbelievably amazed with the truth in it. It's a story of a village, two people, one irritating fellow, but it connected with it. So I think what we need to do is to be honest. Honesty will always work. Whether our honesty is larger than life, or it is simplistic, or it is realistic, that's a separate issue. But it is the honesty which will work. Otherwise, every director who has been once successful will also make successful films. He doesn't. Steady he starts, I always say actors do acting ki acting. Every actor, especially in India, his or her first film will always work because he or she has given whatever he knows or she knows about acting. Truthfully. ऐसे हंसना है, ऐसे रोना है, मैं ऐसे हंसता हूँ, मैं ऐसे रोता हूँ. Then all his or her life, they try to recapture what they had done in the first film. But it is an imitation of not that heartfelt feeling. So that's what I think, that's how I put it.
I think we have time for two last questions. So staying with you, Mr. Kher, and speaking of honesty and truth, you've returned to direction after 23 years with Tanvi the Great.
Yeah.
And which you are now positioning, distributing across the world, not just in India. So what can you tell the audience about the film without any spoilers?
So I made a film called Om Jai Jagdish at the time when I was doing acting day and night, and then Bashu Bhagnani came and he said, direct karoge? So I thought, oh, I got a toy, now I will be directing a film. So I directed a film on somebody else's story. And then I said, I want to make a film which comes from something which touches me. And that incident happened 4 years back. A conversation happened. And the beach, the seed of Tanvi the Great happened. Now, I read Sid Field's book, I read a lot of films. I went to Rajamouli. My music is done by Mr. Anupam Kher because I knew what music, it's a musical kind of a thing. But when I say one is petrified of saying it's a musical because you think it's a Bollywood musical. No, it's a musical like Sound of Music. It's a musical like any such film. So I went up to him and I said, can you tell me something about direction? He said, don't embarrass me, you've been in movies for such a long time. I said, no, tell me something, I genuinely want to know. He said, whenever you are confused, go back to the basic root of the story. And that was such an amazing thing to say. I think I have made a film truthfully. It is larger than life. It is a musical, and I think it's brilliant.
Thank you. Looking forward to it. What is it released?
Yeah, I said it brilliant because I want to test myself. Now everybody will say, "Dekhte hain brilliant hai ki nahi." But you can say that because you know in your heart of heart. I was 28 years old when I did my first film as a 65-year-old man. And a lot of people did not believe that I am actually 28. And it was a tragic thing because I used to stand outside Metro Cinema and people used to come out and they were looking for an old man. And I used to keep looking, when will they recognize me? So I think the truth of cinema will triumph always. And we can right now. The audience is so educated now. You can't fool the audience. Earlier there were only two sources of entertainment. We were number one in both, producing children and making movies. Now you have cinema halls, you have eateries, you have so many things. So why will they come and see a film? I think it's because this story will touch their heart. It's heart to heart. It's like falling in love all over again.
I have one last quick question. It's for Nagarjuna. You have a film called Kuberaa coming out in June.
Yes.
And alongside Dhanush, who's also a pan-India star, as it were. So, Telugu cinema is now the yardstick for what is known as pan-Indian cinema. So, as one of the biggest stars of Telugu cinema, do you feel any pressure with each film saying that this film has to work across India and not just in the south?
I don't know about others, but I just need to work it on them. That's the way I look at it. Then I feel automatically it starts working elsewhere. And it's being proven, like Karti's film, what we talked about, Anupam talked about. It's called Satyam Sundaram in Telugu. And I loved it. People there also loved the film. So I think basically it works in your language. It is working everywhere. And not just Kuberaa, now I'm doing another film which I completed with Lokesh Kanagraj and Rajni sir, Amir Khan, myself, Ukendra. It's a huge...
That's cool, right?
Cool, that's pan-India.
They're all there, and Shruti, they're all there, and that is also coming in August. But that is, I worked that film. He just made it thinking it's a Tamil film. That's it. So I think if it works in its own native language first, it works elsewhere. So my pressure is that I want to make sure it's working in my language.
On that note, do we have time for audience questions or do we need to wrap?
You know, Naman, before you take a question, I would like to just add that, the first biggest pan-India stars were Rajni sir and Kamala Hassan. But they would never succeeded big the way the biggest stars they are. Today we look at them as the biggest stars of Indian cinema. And when they started in Hindi as pan-Indian actors, they were never welcomed here. So that's quite surprising.
No, I don't think they were never welcomed here. I don't think they were successful. No, welcome. I think they were there. They were there. That's not true. I think Indians are welcome all over the world.